throughout Australia. This is 3AW's live coverage of the 2017 AFL Premiership season.
Welcome back, beautiful MCG, winter's afternoon, clear skies, and it's a low-scoring game, but it's still plenty to play for because Essendon, who started so brilliantly, only have a 10-point lead. 5-8-38 to Carlton, 4-4-28. At any time throughout the 3AW footy season, you can contact us via the Tyre Power Twitter, amongst other ways, at 3AW is football. Tyre Power, Australia's #1 independent retailers of tyres. Got great deals taking place on selected Goodrich passenger cars and other vehicles as well from tyrepower.com.au. So anytime, right throughout the week, especially during the football weekend, at 3AW is football, the Tyre Power Twitter there. Let's go around the grounds, and it is the Giants still pretty comfortably by 37 points. It is 80-43, 37-point margin in favour of the Giants. Now, if you would like to be in the running to win $5,000 courtesy of Vic Super, you can still enter the 3AW competition, and you can also get the vote on the player of the round. Vic Super's putting up $500 for the player of the round, but for everyone that enters, there is a $5,000 player of the year award. That's for the player, but also for the listener of the year. There's $5,000 as well. Get super active with Vic Super. VicSuper.com.au is the way to go there. But you can register. Just go to the competition page, 3AW.com.au. Follow the links, and you'll be in the running to win $5,000. So before we get started with the, I suppose the expression is huddling up. Is that correct, Jim? Are they huddling up or just putting their arms around each other?
Yeah, huddling up. I like that. Huddling up. It's a good way to put it, isn't it?
It is indeed.
The captain's pep talk.
Yes.
And Carlton breaking now. Realistically, can Carlton actually get the points here today? I know they only trail by 10 points, but in all honesty, Essendon look the way more likely to break it open.
Well, Essendon in that first quarter, if they can get some speed back on the game and play it on their terms, they're a much better side. But if Carlton are able to just, as we said, take the air out of it and slow it down, they could chip away.
Lee?
Now, I think Essendon look more likely to score the 12 goals odd that's probably going to be needed to win the game. Although, on that second quarter, Carlton had a bit of control of the game. So Essendon are the ones who have to actually get themselves back into that assertive position.
So we're about to start the second half. 3AW Football all year brought to you by your local KFC. Finger licking good as we're listening to the fake bomber fly over the MCG to let everyone know we're only a couple of moments away. And in spite of the glorious graphics and the excitement created by such noise and movement, the truth be that this is a game more befitting a model aeroplane at the moment rather than something real. 5-8-30. I'm not going to let go of this one, Lee. I want to see some excitement. 5-8-38 Essendon. Carlton at 4-4-28. We start the second half. Here's Tim Lane.
And we might be about to find out whether these 2017 Bombers are fakes or whether they're real. As the umpire's flat on his back from the ball up, he picks himself up just in time to call for a secondary ball up as the ball didn't come out. And umpire Sam Hay comes in and will go about his duty. The Bombers by 10 points. It's game alive here at the MCG. We declared it dead about halfway through the first quarter, or I did. But things have changed. The Bombers have got the fumbles. Carlton are gaining a few metres out of the middle. Now the Bombers gain a few back. Now it's picked up by Myers, and he gets a kick in towards half forward. Plowman with the flight couldn't mark. Green's able to pick it up for Essendon. Get a kick forward, which bounces to the goal square. Not much further. Plowman arrives. Danaher arrives too. Ball comes out to Jones. Tackled by McDonald, Tippenwoody. Great work by the little Bomber forward. Taken by Boakhurst, who bangs it around the boundary line. It's gone out deliberately or on the full. A free kick Essendon's way. I'm not sure whether that's
deliberate. No, it's genuine.
Flintstonian.
Well, I'm just wondering why Plowman, who was being pushed to the ground in the goal square, didn't knock it through, which again reinforces it is still a grey area, this deliberate. However, underneath the big scoreboard, Hooker only takes a step, tries to guide it through, across the face and one behind. So we start the third quarter on 3AW Football for Mums, the lawn fertiliser specialist, MUNNS. First score, Jim, goes to Essendon behind, 5-9-39 to the Blues, 4-4-28.
Well, that rule is perfect because it's created the uncertainty and excitement around the goal line.
Other than the fact that we like to know what the rules are when we actually partake in the play, Jim. As the Bombers have got it, They work it to Heppel. A little hand pass to Merritt. Inside 50, swings it with the left boot.
Yeah.
But in keeping with the Bombers' last 45 minutes, it's another miss. They're 5-10.
If you're under pressure that close to goal, you're allowed to rush it.
Well, he didn't know that.
Well, he needs to learn the rules.
And then Fred jumped all
You're
over
on the MRP.
That's not the rules committee.
Nah, you're a company man. It's basically what you are.
an MRP man.
That's it, you're company man. Next thing you'll be talking about expansion into China. No, we've actually got there. Ball goes to half-back. Plowman's got the football, goes wide. Wright's got a metre on his opponent. Around the body he goes, southern side. Beats the advancing Hurley, wins 30, 35, 40 metres. Gleeson back there inside defensive 50. A little handball on the bounce, that time from Collier. Did it come off his boot? It did on the half volley. So Carlton get a break. They trail by 12 points. It's 5-10 to 4-4. And Carlton can go forward. The pass is on Orgy, edged out of it that time then. No free, Casbolt. Petreski-Seaton there. Gibbs has got time to receive the ball, steady and kick it out on the full. Which
is exactly what you'd expect him to do, Tom.
Well, yeah, I suppose. 5-10-40 the Bombers. Carlton 4-4-28. That is all on the Munn scoreboard.
We might need a stink to get a bit of energy going in the game, don't you reckon? A little bit of a wrestle, a little bit of a melee or something.
Goddard clears for the Bombers. There's a bit of a ground level melee, but it's all about trying to win the ball, which no one does. And the umpire comes in to ball it up. Umpire Lee Howson, who I haven't seen in action before, sporting number 5. Throws the ball up, 65 out from Carlton's goal. Looking for one to really make this something. They were, if you could describe it as that. Armfield kicks forward for Carlton. No one can mark. Bagley gets his body over the ball. It's a whistle, a free kick, because he was contacted high. Essendon's footy. Meanwhile, Petreski-Seaton's gone to ground further up the field. And it's going to be reversed.
Let's get the Yarra Valley Toyota replay on the dot. I reckon it's against Bell Chambers off the footy.
Petreski-Seaton finished up on the ground. That was outside the 50. But if there's a free kick Carlton's way, well, it goes where the ball is, because that's closer to goal. And it is now in the hands of the man most likely in Matthew Wright, who has 2 of Carlton's 4 goals. And he is about to put the Blues within 6 points. 4.5 minutes, third term. He comes in and he's a dead-eye dick. He puts it through, and Carlton now, you'd almost say, are the team more likely to win this game. It's Essendon 5-10, Carlton 5-4. The Bombers have got to do something to stop the rot that has set in.
That's a bonus goal, isn't it? Yeah, they're about to clear the ball, and basically I think it was just a little rest. They were standing up, but Bell Chambers just got a little bit too aggressive in that push and shove against Cruiser, threw him to the ground. Umpire free kicked him.
So, 6-point margin Essendon's way. And at 5 minutes into the third quarter, you're right, Tim. Essendon's always looked the more likely. 6 more scoring shots, but they got 6 points up their sleeve. But more fair play to the Blues. They're fought back hard. Bell Chambers, the tap, middle of the ground. Myers knocks it forward. But all Carlton responding first. He pushed in the back, I thought that time, Boakhurst. Bombers picked the ball up on the wing. Kick inside, attacking 50. Liam Jones in front. Good spoil that time, Danaher. Better recovery, Danaher. Round the body he goes. Misses left. Deserved better. 5-11-40 won the Bombers. 5-4-34 the Blues. And 6 minutes into the third quarter. Jimmy Bartel before Tim.
Geez, it's great watching Danaher and Jones go at the ball. They both just run and leap at it. No bodying up.
I guess for Essendon fans, we can say that a couple of weeks ago we saw the Bombers struggle to put North Melbourne away, but then when the whips were cracking, they did the job nicely. Having said that, they did manage to lose a game against Brisbane from a winning position. So this is an important afternoon for them. They've won the ball back off Carlton here. Goddard taking a contested mark on the wing. So the Bombers to build, leading by just 7 points, 5-11 to 5-4. He launches it in towards the 50. Liam Jones comes third in line, juggles the mark and takes out Levi Casbolt in the process. A short kick to Boakhurst, who has marked it still inside the defensive 50 for the Bombers, and this does spark that bit of a stink that Lee was talking about a while ago, and it provides Carlton with another unexpected advantage. A 50-metre penalty will bring Boakhurst beyond the centre, and this is blowing up in Essendon's face. Boakhurst diverts now and then kicks low and probingly into the 50. At the back, Wright is going to lay a shepherd for Daisy Thomas. A clever centering ball goes across the goal face and out to the boundary for a throw in left forward pocket for Carlton.
When we saw the Yarra Valley Toyota replay go up on the screen, I heard a couple of oars. Is something you didn't like that Joe Danaher did? Did he get there late? What happened?
He got there late, a 50-metre penalty, and it was sort of high spoil from behind, but no, he sort of got the forearm on the back of the head of Bokhurst. So yeah,
Carlton into attack. Bagley slow to relieve it. They trail by 7 points. The Blues. Smets the handball to Thomas. Squares the ball. Silvani there. Gleeson there. Neither can get it. Back is Hartley close to the boundary line. Levi Casbolt knocks it out of bounds at the punt road end. Forward pocket right. Blues into attack. The Muns scoreboard. 8 minutes gone. 5:11:41 Essendon. Carlton 5-4-34, and the Blues in good position here. Low scoring, but certainly the better of it in the first 8 minutes. Carlton, can they get a goal from here? It's into space. Gibbs takes it. Handball outside 50. Bokhurst, ground level win. Curnow, the handball back to Liam Jones, 60 metres out. High kick to Ward, full forward. Casbolt pushes his man out. Hurley, though, arrives, kicks around his body, Tim, clears the area by 40 metres.
But every time they do, Carlton have got a line of players to take easy possession and bring it back. Simpson's kick, though, is poor. It's chopped off by Hooker, and it's Essendon's ball. High at half-back, he goes wide to Parrish. But Carlton, through their high defensive orientation, have Essendon playing really uncertain, indirect footy right now. Parrish kicks long, clears the wing. Wietering floats in from the side. Takes a lovely mark for the Blues. Carlton's confidence growing. Short ball to Simpson on the centre line. Not quite 9 minutes gone, third term. The Bombers haven't kicked a goal since the first quarter. Carlton go into the corridor. Plowman across ground now for Armfield, and it puts him in space. And he can run. He doesn't use his speed here. He kicks poorly to Petrevski-Seaton. Taken away from him by Howlett. Did well to get it onto his boot to Stewart, to Bellchambers as they simply try and release someone. Myers back to Bellchambers. Quick kick is horrible. There was nothing to go to. He kicks straight to Wietering, who runs off half-back for Carlton.
Wietering, I reckon, is having a beauty at the moment, Lee. The kick to the wing goes to Wright. Wright 20 up the ground to Murphy. Handball over the top. Kerridge about to be tackled. Hurries a kick to the feet that time of Silvani. Picks it up at half forward. Back to Murphy. Back to Silvani. 60 metres out. The left foot pass. Can he find someone? Lamb going forward. Can't get it. Curnow knocks it into the Lamb path. He spun out of trouble. Snap around the body for a goal. They just stuck with it. They persisted to the maximum that time, Carlton. And a goal to Jed Lamb takes them to 6-4-40. Trailing Essendon 5-11-41. And that is all on the Muns scoreboard.
Well, they're playing the game on their terms at the moment, building up the ball across half-back. When they get the chance to go forward, they're going forward a little bit more aggressively now, taking a few more risks. But most importantly, Bryce Gibbs, Murphy, they're getting their hands on the ball early in this quarter. 4 early ones for Bryce Gibbs.
Case of well done, Lamb. Carlton within a point.
Oh, wow.
5-11, it's an oldie, Jimmy. Been a few lambs over the years, play the game. Not many sheep, but a few lambs.
Oh.
There's been some shepherds, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Some of them legal and some of them not. From the ball up, Essendon can't find a way in at the moment. They are in all sorts of trouble, although leading by a point on the scoreboard. Carlton gain a few metres. Heppel tries to hold them at bay. Got the ball to Zaharakis. Quick left foot kick back to the centre. Well played for Carlton by Plowman, who made a spoil. It comes clear to Bokhurst. A quick kick up towards half forward. Pickett flew, couldn't mark. Bombers try and close it up to prevent the Carlton advance. They do. There'll be a ball up between wing and Carlton's right half forward flank. Essendon 5-11, Carlton 6-4.
First name that falls into your head. Who's best to field for Vic Super at the moment? 11-minute mark, Essendon by a point. Who's best, Jim, on the field?
I can't pick one.
Right, Lee?
It wouldn't be very good. That's the point. There's no one that's actually dominating the game. So there'll be someone at the end of the day that'll get 5 in the Vic Supers.
Liam Jones, Tone.
But you might not know who at the moment.
I'm going with Wietering.
Yeah, he's been pretty good.
Parrish to Collier. Half back to half forward. Close to the boundary line out on the full.
Certainly the part of the game where Carlton have just taken over is their back half. I mean, they've generated half a dozen scoring shots since quarter time, Essendon.
That was a bad kick from Bokhurst. This should, I should say from Plowman, it should be an Essendon free. as the man over the ball, I think it is Kerridge, is slow to get up. So it's forward to the southern wing to the city end. Essendon into attack. 41-40 Bombers lead. 12-minute mark of the third quarter. GWS a mile in front as Cruiser. The tap. Murphy slow, but somehow got it out to Cruiser, who kicks going forward. Hurley at the back there. There's a hold. Will it be an Essendon free? It is. Gleeson takes it at half-back. His kick to Heppel going back. It's good. Now, where's the run? Who's alongside him to receive? No one as yet. So Heppel just turns around. He's bunged it long. It's not bad either. Danaher crashes the pack. Ball bounces in favour of Parrish. 30 out. Handball to Green. Off the outside of the right boot. Goes across the face and one behind.
Just desperately need the goal, and they're generating a few scoring shots, but the frustration tends to build. If they can get a goal, it just releases the pressure enormously, but Carlton defending really well.
One goal, 3 to Josh Green.
Yeah, I reckon the last 7 behind, Essendon's last score is 7 behinds. They've gone from 5-5 at half-time to 5-12.
Yep,
they lead by 2 points. Wright's got the ball on the southern wing for the Blues.
Yeah, Blues working it there with short kicks, but without a contest. Kicking a half forward, but well marked for Essendon by Hartley. Feeds by hand to Hurley. You could see the uncertainty in his eyes even from 100 metres as he was searching for a target that carried some positivity. There might be a free kick or a 50 here Essendon's way as a hanging pass to Goddard saw him hang on to the mark, and Smets arrived a fraction of a second late, and the umpire insists that he must pay the penalty, and that will bring him back to the other side of the centre. And who knows, it could be a telling moment as Goddard will try and set something up for the beleaguered Bombers. A brilliant pass. And Danaher on the lead backs. Outside 50. Plays, loads, sinks the boot into it, but he hooks it in going for distance, and it's another miss.
It's 11, and they were 5-2, Tim, at one stage. They're now 5-13, Essendon.
5-13 to 6-4. Essendon lead by 3 points on the Munn scoreboard.
Going to say, Danaher's like Franklin. He's always going to play onto his left side if he's anywhere near the 50-metre line, so you've really got to be conscious of that, the opposition.
We're late in the third quarter up at GWS. They lead by 42 points over Melbourne as Carlton with a bit of dash out of defence. Taken by Daisy Thomas, the wing, southern side. It's wide and effective. 40 up the ground. Lamb's got it. Half forward, 55 out. The pass is on to Cruiser, and he's got it dead in front, 35 metres out. And being able to flick the switch like that, Lee, from being meticulous and not willing to go forward. Carlton have caught Essendon out this time with Cruiser having the direct shot.
They got him over the top when they rebounded, but the rebound out of their back half is something that Carlton they're blitzing Essendon, stopping the scoring or stopping the goal scoring, and then being able to just bounce out of that part of the ground. That's been the way they were a good competitive team.
Amazingly, this will put the Blues in front. First time today. Cruiser from 35, dead in front, holds its line. They're in front. 7-4-46 the Blues. Essendon 5-13-43 on the Munn scoreboard. Jimmy Bartell's looking at the stats for Canterbury Timber Windows at windowsanddoors.built. Jimmy, if you could just isolate the third quarter, is there one or two things showing up that have seen Carlton will take the lead for the first time?
Well, they're using the ball a lot more effectively this quarter with 22 effective kicks to 12, uncontested possession 38 to 19, and that's Carlton's blueprint, as we said early in the game, that they want to kick mark, possess the ball until they get to a position on the ground where they feel it's safe. But Cruiser's putting together a nice little game at the moment. Yeah, hitting the scoreboard, 6 clearances and 22 hit-outs.
And over a quarter and a half, Tim, has gone since Essendon has kicked a goal. Admittedly, they've kicked 11 points straight.
Carlton kicked a goal on the quarter-time siren, and including that one, they've kicked 6 unanswered. As the Blues take the ball via the Cape, but they do it safely. Petrevsky-Seaton kick to the wing. Too strong for Fisher, who perhaps ran too hard at the footy. Out near the boundary on the southern side. Carlton with 3 men at the ball. Bombers get some numbers there as well. In the end, it's a standoff. Ball over the line for a throw-in. And what started as just a respect-bringing Carlton comeback has now become really alarming for Essendon. This game is getting away from them, and they don't look as though they've got the answers at the moment, even though they're only a kick down. They get a free kick here as Danaher was pushed out by Casbolt in the ruck contest at the throw-in, and the Bombers will build again, but they've got to find a way in.
Tim, three-quarter time for Vodafone. It is a 47-point margin, the Giants over the Demons.
Carlton by 3 points. Danaher Kicks very high and somewhat aimlessly. Liam Jones is going to arrive home, but Heppel stands his ground in front and takes a sterling mark. He kicks towards full forward. No tall timber there for the Bombers. Marchbank dropped a mark he should have taken. It lets in Green. A hand pass to Watson, to Howlett. Found some space, kicked the goal. It came from a defensive error. The Bombers are back in front. 6:13:49. Carlton 7:4:46. London scoreboard, 17 minutes gone, third term.
Doesn't matter how you get it, Carlton. Essendon desperately needed that goal just to lift the morale of the team when they've just been struggling to get the 6-pointer on the board. So they've been such an up and down side all year. They've played some unbelievable patches of footy, and then they've really just faded into real mediocrity. So which is where they've been for the last quarter and a half. So from Essendon's point of view, can that goal just change it all for them?
20-minute mark of the first quarter, Essendon scored their 5th goal. 17-minute mark of the third quarter, Essendon scored their 6th. But they lead by 3 points, 49-46, 6:13-7:4. As we're at the 18-minute mark now, is that the spark for the Bombers? Heppel playing really well, knocks it in the path of Tippin Woody, who was grabbed high, and it is a free kick to the Bombers. Handball running, McKenna, no one ran with him. The pass is on, Hooker, the target can't get there. Knocked forward by Plowman, outside defensive 50. Daisy Thomas is there, shovels the ball safely to the boundary line. Pete, gives me the opportunity to bring you in for Elmore Oil. Dr. Peter Larkins.
Yeah, just Fantasia out of the game in the first quarter with a high-grade hamstring injury, the main concern for the Bombers today.
So half forward right, northern side of the ground to the city end. In shade, Essendon lead by 3 points, and they have it at half forward. Cruiser, the tap, spinning out of it, Proteski-Seaton, knocked it to Cruiser, who kicks it 45 metres away to the wing, but it's Hurley of Essendon back there. And everyone, all players bar maybe 2 in Essendon's attacking half, as Hurley kicks about a 30-metre one to half forward. Tippin Woody Brave coming through Marchbank, knocked it to half back where Cruiser got the ball to Marchbank, allows himself just to run out of bounds, and we get another one to be thrown in. Tim, we're almost at the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. Still a stack of time, still 9 minutes of playing time to go on the Ray White countdown clock. Tight contest here. Essendon 49, lead by 3 points. Carlton 46.
Cruiser against Danaher. It falls to Gibbs. A hand pass to Thomas. Still in the traffic now to Marchbank. Scrambles a left footer to the wing where Charlie Curnow takes delivery. Well tackled. Clever hand pass though, releasing Pickett. Took a long time to get it onto his boot, by which stage Hurley had arrived and laid a tackle, and the kick was poor. Bombers footy. McDonald, Tippin Woody with typical initiative. Breaks, runs into a wall. Feeds to Myers, who gave to Zaharakis. Now to Howlett. Forced to retreat to McKenna. A little dab to Myers will mark just behind the centre line. Now he'll build with a long ball in the green direction. He let Wiedering fly and waited down for it. The spillage came. Hooker kept it alive cleverly to Stewart, to Green. 45 out. Quick kick forward. Heppel arrived, couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Parrish mops up. Back to Heppel. Hand pass to Green. Standing start kick. Top of the goal square. The Blues 2-1. Daisy Thomas takes the mark. Carlton holding up. The Bombers were all over them like a cheap suit early, Tone.
Yeah.
But right now it's game on.
Yeah, no, Wardrobe's reversed there, Tim, as Carlton trying to bring it out of defence toward the wing on the southern side. It's coming back in a moment. Zaharakis is good. The pass to Heppel. And if I can have Heppel's third quarter numbers, I did ask before, I think who best to field is. But I reckon Dyson Heppel has been wonderful in this quarter, really trying to pull Essendon over the line. They lead by 3 points, Jim, before the Heppel kick.
Yeah, he's had the 5 possessions this quarter, 3 kicks, 2 handballs.
So Heppel from 52 metres. He took a little off the kick, but he hit it so sweetly, it's a goal. Deserved for Dyson Heppel, leading from the front. And that 9-point margin restored Essendon's way with consecutive goals. 7-13-55 to Carlton, 7-4-46. 3AW football for KFC. Here's the great Lee Matthews.
Like turning the tap on, really. They just couldn't get the scoreboard tick, couldn't get the goals. They 7 consecutive behinds. They get the goal, then all of a sudden Heppel from the 50-metre line pops another one. All of a sudden it's the release valve for Essendon. Carlton is still in the game, no doubt about that, but at least it relieves that pressure valve for Essendon to just get a bit of good form in the last few minutes.
That was well done by Heppel. We sort of wax with cliches about captain's goals, but he's the type of leader who, will deliver in a situation like that, and he did it beautifully. From the restart of pack forms, there'll be a ball up.
And the thing about this, he didn't seem to overkick it, but just hit it so sweetly. I mean, it got him pretty easily in the finish.
Got it just right. Cruiser wins in ruck here, down to Gibbs. Off the outside of his boot, sends it curling wide to left half forward. Bombers lead in the race and kick it out on the full. It was Ambrose under pressure from Smets. And it's Carlton's ball between wing and half forward as the Blues look to pull one back.
Yeah, he goes beyond centre half forward, Smets. Easy picking that time defensively for the Bombers. And Connor McKenna has it. 15-metre defensive pass to Hurley. 20 up the ground, Bagley. So it's a little bit of keepings off, which is the way the game's being played. 9-point lead to the Bombers, 55-46. He's gone to a one-on-one on the wing, southern side. Essendon got the numbers. Goddard knocked to Tip and Woody. Didn't take it. Fisher knocked it back to Plowman, who's past 30 up the ground. Goes to Kerridge. Gee, I thought that was slow. He got rid of it in the finish. Goes to Murphy. Squaring past Silvani in front of McKenna this time. Tough enough shot though, Lee. He's half forward right on the southern side. Got to kick it every bit of 50 metres, and the margin quite acute.
The six Kernahan pocket, Tone.
Yeah, this is the Bartel pocket.
Would have the same result.
So they trail by 9 points. It's a tough shot. But what a comer Jack Silvani is in the game. There's enough daylight there, but he's going to have to hit it perfectly. The Bronx cheers would tell a different story out on the full.
Sticks Kernahan pocket, Tone.
Correct.
Same result.
7:13.55 the Bombers. Carlton 7:4.46. For Munns, here's Jimmy Bartel before Tim.
Yeah, just inside 50s. They're back on Essendon's way this quarter. They lead them 11-8.
Bombers ball, last line of defence. Merritt, a low ball out over the 50. Liam Jones didn't quite hang on to the mark. Tremendous attempt. Pack forms ball
he loves
up.
those jumping pack chest marks. Liam Jones, you take one every now and again. I reckon he might take more of them if he went hands to the footy.
Tell you what, you want to make sure it's an opponent, not a teammate in your path, because that was a take no prisoners attempt. Cruiser from the ball up, kick forward for Carlton, lands 30 metres out. Petrevski-Seaton gives to Gibbs, ran into a wall, back to Petrevski-Seaton, now to Boakhorst, got rid of a tackle, drew men to him, gave to Gibbs, who runs in and misses. Might have clipped the post, it did. Minor scored disappointing for Carlton as they worked hard to set that up. Essendon 7-13, Carlton 7-5 on the Munn scoreboard. 24 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, he's worked his way into the game, Gibbs. Certainly Myers kept him out of it completely in the first quarter, but he's worked his way back into it.
Hurley long to half-back. Essendon numbers follow the ball. Myers, Heppel, Watson all involved at half-back. Goes back to Ambrose around the body. Kept it in the field of play, and in the finish, that's a fantastic kick to the wing. So danger over for the moment. Quick word, Doc Larkins, all benches okay down there. No injuries for Morris Blackburn, Doc?
Well, if we put Fantasia out of it, no injuries. Fantasia, high-grade hamstring's going to miss quite a few weeks.
Bang on 4 o'clock in Melbourne, 55-47. Essendon by 8 points. Ball neutral territory on the members or northern side of the ground where we get another stoppage. 25 and a half minutes gone in this quarter.
One player that's really had trouble finding the balls, Joe Watson. He's athletic. If he's going to play on next year, or he's making that decision today, would be a negative.
Cruiser got the tap. Murphy pushed out of bounds around the grounds for Vodafone. Jim.
GWS up by 43 points, and Brett Delidio kicked his first goal as a Giant.
I'm told too that Shane Mumford might find himself under scrutiny again for a tackle that was just testing the edges. From the ball up, Collier's got it for Essendon here. From the wing, he drives them in towards the 50. It clears the big man, and it's easy for Doherty for Carlton. Watson corrals him, but Doherty is able to pick out Armfield at the top of the defensive goal square. His kick very nearly cleared Kerridge, but he clings to the ball like a man hanging off a cliff, and just using his fingertips like he's never had to before. He kicks over half-back up towards the southern wing. Big leap Casbolt, couldn't mark. Ambrose crumbs for Essendon. Hand pass to McKenna. Running forward, left footer. Too strong for Danaher. Out to the pocket, near the far behind post. Over the boundary line, throw in. Right forward pocket for the Bombers. 26 and a half gone. Essendon lead by 8 points on the Munn scoreboard.
So when it gets thrown in, it is about 30 metres around from Essendon's goal. They lead by 8 points. Tossed in, Cruiser works his way to the front. Double hands to Simpson, close to the boundary line, taken out of bounds. And from there, we get it to be thrown in one more time. 4 minutes remaining, or just a tick under on the Ray White countdown clock for three-quarter time. So a long quarter coming up. 7 goals each, but it's Essendon by 8 points at the moment. Essendon at half forward. Heppel knocks it into the path of Parrish. A high floater. I reckon the breeze might get hold of it at the last moment. It does, and forces it out of bounds. So back pocket free kick to Carlton, who are going to the punt road end. Doherty has the football, and this time Timmy's just going to have to go long to a contest and go close to the boundary line.
And that contest is made up of a whole lot of footballers of both teams. No one was going to mark it. Goddard's got it. He swings a well-placed ball to Hooker. Wiedering did well, just did enough, and it's roved by Doherty. He breaks away. Silvani's hardly got anyone in front of him. Forward to the centre, has a bounce, reaches 50, has another, cuts it to 30 metres, and kicks a goal. Thrilling stuff from the Blues. Fine clinical finish by Soldani. The margin back to 2 points. A pancake parlour goal of the day.
Lovely.
The Bombers 7-13-55. Carlton 8-5-53 on the Munn scoreboard.
Well, Silvani kicked the goal. He was the one who was on the receiving end when it came out the back. But really, when the Goddard kick, central kick, landed about 30 metres out from Essendon's goal, it was Doherty who read it, and he just charged out of the handful of players and then straight down the centre corridor, and all of a sudden Silvani's front of the centre square just behind the Essendon defence ran into the open goal, but it was the Doherty read and surge out of defence.
Lee, when
set it up.
It's a thing of beauty when it comes off, and when you miss it, Doherty may have. Your world wants to open up. Is this the chance for Carlton to regain the lead? Murphy from the middle, short to Curnow. Long kick, a lot of holding at the back right. He's goaled.
Free kick.
It's going to be a push though. There seemed to be a stack of holding. Let's go to the Yarra Valley Toyota replay, boys, and confirm the decision, which I'm pretty sure was there.
Yeah, we pushed just flat of the hands in the back of Bagley and ran into the open goal, but as soon as the umpire saw it, he had to pay that one.
Free kick, back pocket, Bagley, the half-back southern side. In front, I reckon that should be paid to Mark the Hooker. It wasn't. Saharakas at his feet received the handball. He gave to Merritt, to Parrish, over the top to Heppel. Wants a runner middle of the ground. Parrish back to Heppel. His handball stopped in its path, turned over. Little chance now for the Blues. Lamb's got it middle of the ground. Long to fall forward. Curnow in front. Was he interfered with? I reckon he was. Yes. Spot on decision, umpire. Free kick to Curnow, 35 out for the Blues.
I thought he did pretty well, Bagley. I mean, he just gave the height advantage away to Curnow, so no way he was probably going to be able to reach the foot. He's got to go at the arms a little bit, and as soon as you do that, the umpire pretty much gives a benefit of the doubt to the guy going for the mark, which is fair enough. The idea was to try and encourage marking, not encourage spoiling.
Curnow. So it's just gone in fits and starts. And as a contest goes, this has turned into a beauty to put the Blues in front. We've gone 31 minutes, third quarter. 35 out. Charlie Curnow, slide angle on its way. It holds its line for a goal, and the Blues are in front. 9-5-59 Carlton. Essendon 7-13-55. Munn's the lawn fertiliser specialist.
Lee's absolutely right. The bigger man, and that's why it's so important when you kick inside 50 and kick to a contest. If you can kick it to the advantage of your player, it makes it so hard for defenders these days. They can't chop the arms, can't make the early contact, and once it was to Curnow's side, he could just launch at the footy, and Bagley couldn't do much about it.
Hey, Jim, is a skill. How much, like I just saw Wiedering stop the Heppel handball, which forces a turn. How much intensive training goes in to get that into your head? You've got to do that nowadays.
Yeah, you've got to press up really hard as a defender. Leave your man, come forward in defence.
So Carlton by 4 points late in the third quarter. Cruz at the tap, knocks it the Bombers' way, imagining that someone's going to win it for Carlton, but they don't. Little kick forward by Green to the 50. Under the pump, Plowman's been pinged for holding it because he made the cardinal error in modern football of actually taking possession of the ball when he knew he was about to get tackled. And as he saw the tackle coming, he made an even worse mistake. He actually tried to beat it.
Tried to handball it when he couldn't handball it, so it became an incorrect disposal in the end.
He was buried. Hooker to take it. The man on the mark 45 metres out. Essendon looking to reclaim the lead. Hooker hooks it and misses. And Carlton are still in front by 3 points. 9-5-59 to 7-14-56. Long quarter here, given that there's hardly been a goal kicked. 32 minutes gone.
Exactly 1 minute remains on the Ray White countdown clock. Simpson long to halfback, Bell Chambers flew. Staying down Gleeson, Essendon. He's tackled by Boakhurst, unable to release the football. We get a stoppage. Carlton would like that at the moment. They have fought back to lead by 3 points late in the third quarter. 59 to 56. Ball falls front of the pack. Murphy, brilliant quarter to Boakhurst. Little one around the body that time. Then from Daisy Thomas is coming back in a moment, only as far as Hurley. And as quickly as Hurley wants to get on with it, it's really no one to go to. So Timmy just floats it to within 50 metres of goal.
Where Danaher ghosts in, can't mark. Boakhurst, who's been pretty good for the Blues, swings it clear straight back to Hurley, who dropped a chest mark, but high contact comes his way. If you like those sorts of things coming your way, and he'll take a free kick on the centre line for the Bombers. In the last seconds of the third quarter, Carlton prizing back the lead from the Bombers. A ball to Hartley, who swings it into the 50. Hooker pushing and shoving. Oh, good mark, Liam Jones, producing another very good game. And it sees Carlton at three-quarter time with a 3-point lead in a turnaround which you couldn't have imagined during the first quarter of this game. The Bombers led 5 goals to 1 at one stage. Carlton have kicked 8 to 2 since then. And the Blues 9-5-59 lead the Bombers 7-14-56 at the last change.
Yep, and we go around the grounds for Vodafone. It is the Giants at 10 minutes into the final quarter leading by 41 points. Here, though, is where all the excitement lay. Third quarter brought to you by Munns, MUNNS, the lawn fertiliser specialist. Spring's not far around. Get your lawns looking beautiful with Munns. Carlton leads 9-5-59 to Essendon 7-14-56. May not have reached any great heights, but as the contest goes, this is a beauty, and we've got a great final quarter coming up. All thanks to KFC. You're listening to 3AW Football.
This is the 2017 Toyota AFL Premiership season. This quarter brought to you by Munns, the lawn fertiliser specialists.